Praxis 5713 Constructed Response Questions Tips Preparation Quiz. Question 1. A kindergarten teacher is designing a center-based activity to reinforce letter-sound correspondence. At one center, she places a set of magnetic letters and picture cards for words like dog, cat, and sun. She instructs students to say the word, isolate the first sound they hear, and then place the correct magnetic letter next to the picture. This activity primarily develops which of the following foundational skills? Is it? Option A. Alphabetic principle, by requiring students to connect a specific phoneme to its corresponding grapheme. B. Print awareness, by requiring students to understand that text in the pictures represents words. C. Reading fluency, by requiring students to rapidly name letters and sounds. Or D. Vocabulary development, by requiring students to identify pictures of common objects. The correct answer is A. The correct answer is A. The alphabetic principle is the understanding that there are systematic and predictable relationships between spoken sounds, phonemes, and written letters, graphemes. This activity directly targets this principle. Students must first engage in phoneme isolation, a phonemic awareness skill, to identify the initial sound in the word. Then, they must access their knowledge of letter-sound correspondence to select the magnetic letter that represents that sound. This explicit connection between sound and symbol is the very definition of applying the alphabetic principle. Option B is incorrect because print awareness involves concepts like directionality, the difference between print and pictures, and the parts of a book. This activity focuses on letters, not text in a book. Option C is incorrect because fluency involves reading connected text with speed, accuracy, and prosody. This is a discrete phonics task. Option D is a secondary benefit, but the core instructional goal is not to build vocabulary. The students likely already know what a dog, cat, and sun are, but to practice the sound-symbol connection. Question 2. A third-grade teacher wants to enhance students' comprehension of a complex nonfiction article about the solar system. Before reading, she shows a short, engaging video of the planets orbiting the sun and leads a brief discussion about what students already know about space. This pre-reading activity is primarily designed to, is it? Option A. Pre-teach all the difficult vocabulary words students will encounter in the text. B. Activate students' prior knowledge and build a mental framework for understanding the new information. C. Assess students' existing knowledge of astronomy for a grade. Or D. Provide a fun break before the challenging work of reading begins. The correct answer is B. The correct answer is B. Activating prior knowledge is one of the most powerful and well-researched pre-reading strategies. By showing a video and leading a discussion, the teacher is helping students call up what they already know about the topic and build a mental schema. This schema acts as a scaffold, allowing students to more easily connect the new information from the article to their existing knowledge, which significantly improves comprehension and retention. Option A is not the primary purpose. While some vocabulary might come up, the main goal is broader schema building. Option C is incorrect. This is an informal, formative activity, not a graded summative assessment. Option D trivializes a crucial instructional step. Remember, we can take your Praxis 5713 exam for you, remotely and undetected, with pass % score guaranteed. Message us via the number in the bio. Question 3. A teacher wants to create a classroom environment that supports literacy development for all students. Which of the following physical classroom setup choices would best support this goal? Is it? Option A. Desks arranged in neat rows facing the front whiteboard to minimize distractions during reading time. B. A classroom library with a rug and comfortable seating, word walls displaying high-frequency and content area vocabulary, and designated areas for listening centers and writing stations. C. All classroom walls covered with commercial posters purchased from an educational supply store. Or D. A single computer station in the back corner for students to use if they finish their work early. The correct answer is B. The correct answer is B. A literacy-rich environment is one that is intentionally designed to support and encourage reading and writing throughout the day. A comfortable library area encourages independent reading. Word walls serve as a just-in-time reference for spelling and vocabulary. Designated learning centers allow for differentiated, small group practice of literacy skills. This setup sends a powerful message that literacy is valued and is a central part of the classroom community. Option A is a traditional, teacher-centered arrangement not optimized for literacy. Option C features static, purchased materials, not student-created or interactive resources. Option D relegates technology to a minor, reward-based role. Question 4. A teacher is analyzing the results of a state-mandated standardized reading test for her class. She notices that a significant portion of her students scored poorly on the vocabulary subsection, even though they performed adequately on other sections. According to best practices in data-driven instruction, what should be the teacher's next step? Is it? Option A. Conclude that the test is flawed and not an accurate measure of her students' abilities. B. Spend the next week doing intensive test prep exercises focused on vocabulary to prepare for the next test. C. Use this data as a starting point to examine her own curriculum and instruction, and plan to incorporate more robust, research-based vocabulary instruction into her daily lessons. Or D. Send a letter home to parents informing them that their children have a vocabulary deficit and need to study more at home. The correct answer is C. The correct answer is C. Data-driven instruction means using assessment data to inform and improve teaching. The first step is not to blame the test, A, or the student/parents, D, but to engage in reflective practice. The teacher should ask, what does this data tell me about my students' learning? What might be missing from my instruction? She should then use that reflection to research and implement more effective instructional strategies, such as explicit teaching of word learning strategies, providing multiple exposures to new words in rich contexts, and fostering word consciousness. Option B is a superficial, teaching to the test response that does not address the underlying instructional issue. Question 5. A teacher is using a running record to assess a student's oral reading. The student reads the sentence, "The boy rode his bike down the hill." The text actually says, "The boy walked his bike down the hill." The student continues reading without correcting the error. According to miscue analysis, this substitution, rode for walked, is most likely influenced by which cueing system? Is it? Option A. Graphophonic, because the words look visually similar with the same number of letters and a similar shape. B. Syntactic, because rode is a verb and fits grammatically in the sentence structure. C. Semantic, because riding a bike down a hill is a common and logical action that makes sense in the context. Or D. Pragmatic, because the student may be thinking about how they themselves ride a bike. The correct answer is C. The correct answer is C. Miscue analysis involves analyzing the errors, miscues, a student makes to understand their reading process. This substitution of rode for walk changes the meaning but creates a sentence that is still semantically plausible and logical. The student is primarily using meaning cues, semantics, from the context of the story. They are focused on making the text make sense, even if it means substituting a word that fits their mental model of the scene. Option A is possible if the words look similar, but rode and walked have different visual patterns. Option B is true. Both are verbs euro, but the miscue is best explained by the meaning-based substitution. Option D is incorrect. Pragmatics involves the social use of language, which is not relevant here. How many did you score out of 5? Let us know in the comments below. Also, tell us which exam we should cover next. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more.